We're back once again for another most amazing top 10 video. My name's Danny Burke, you can follow me on Instagram down there, and this is the channel where we take all kinds of weird and wonderful things from all around the world and put them into a nice little top 10 list so you guys don't have to. And today we've got the top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows. Yes, that's right guys, it's that time of the year again, it's time for the Super Bowl, and the halftime show at the Super Bowl has become almost as famous as the sporting event itself, and we're going to jump right into the best of the best with our number 10, Beyonce in 2013. In typical Beyonce fashion, this is still one of the most talked about Super Bowl shows in recent years. Beyonce took center stage in her performance of hit singles like Crazy in Love and Single Ladies, but just as fans thought they couldn't handle any more Queen Bey, she brought out Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams for a Destiny's Child reunion. There were dancers, former band members, and a massive brass orchestra. This show had it all. I think some people actually forgot they were at a sporting event. But either way guys, we're going to move on to our number 9 now, which is Madonna in 2012. You definitely couldn't say Madonna made a quiet entrance as she burst into the halftime show in 2012 on a golden throne being pulled by Roman soldiers. She kicked things off with her smash hit Vogue, and then, like the Roman empress she is, Madonna started to summon all kinds of famous acts to help her perform. First came LMFAO, and then Nicki Minaj and MIA, with CeeLo Green to finish things off with Like a Prayer. You know when you have those weird dreams when you're a Roman god or goddess and you're being pulled on a golden throne and surrounded by all your favourite musical artists? Yeah, that's actually Madonna's life. Mental. But now guys, we're at number 8 and we've got Aerosmith and NSYNC in 2001. Steve Tyler's classic rock band Aerosmith were big headliners for the 2001 halftime show, but they met their match when NSYNC collaborated with them for the performance. The boy band, fronted by Justin Timberlake, started off with Bye Bye Bye, and then the two groups kept swapping songs back and forth, and just when music lovers thought they were going to burst, megastars Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige and Nelly joined them on stage for a show-stopping performance of Walk This Way. It just goes to show that if in doubt, just put as many famous people on one stage and it'll probably turn out okay. But sometimes you need just two people to kick up a halftime show storm, like our number 7, Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake in 2004. In this year, Justin Timberlake was enjoying the start of his solo career and Janet Jackson was already a household name in pop music, and so it was expected that they would put on a decent halftime show. But when they started to perform Justin's Rock Your Body with Janet, he might have rocked her body a bit too hard. The song was supposed to end with Justin ripping off a part of her dress, but he ripped off a bit too much and accidentally exposed Janet's breast. Oops. It was seen by 140 million people worldwide and basically started off the whole wardrobe malfunction genre. I'm not really sure if we can call that a genre, but either way, we're at number 6 now, and it's U2 in 2002. The Irish rock band took to the Super Bowl stage 14 years ago and started their performance off with possibly their most famous song, Beautiful Day. The band are no strangers to stages of that size, and they seem totally comfortable in front of the tens of millions, but what this performance will be remembered for came after that. It was just 5 months after the 9/11 terror attack on the Twin Towers, and U2 paid tribute with a scrolling screen behind them of the names of all those who died that day. I'm not even that much of a big U2 fan, but you can't deny that was classy. That was pretty classy. But now we're at number 5 and we've got Paul McCartney in 2005. It was 35 years since the Beatles broke up, but if you can't get the Beatles, one Beatle will do. Paul McCartney took to the stage the year after Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake's wardrobe malfunction, and it was thought that Paul might help to bring the number of nipple slips down to a 0. Paul performed all kinds of tracks from his Beatles and Wings years with a lot of energy for a 62-year-old. He finished off with a song that everybody in the stadium seemed to know every word to, Hey Jude. Everybody loves a good sing-along, though don't worry guys, I'm not actually going to do one now. We've got a video to finish. We're at number 4 and we've got the Rolling Stones in 2006. It's been 10 years since the Rolling Stones performed at the Super Bowl halftime show, but people still remember it as one of the best. They started things off with the aptly named Start Me Up and performed on a stage that was built to look like their iconic tongue and lips logo. There was actually a really cool bit where the tongue gets pulled in by the crowd, but it was the songs that spoke for themselves. Hits like Rough Justice and I Can't Get No Satisfaction made the crowd go wild. It was actually a very rock and roll performance, except for some bits where the NFL actually censored part of their songs because they didn't think it was too appropriate and they wanted to make sure it was PG. rock and roll. But moving on now, we're going to take a look at our number 3, and we've got Bruce Springsteen. What made this performance immediately unique was the rock icon pointing into the TV and telling viewers at home to put down their guacamole dip and chicken fingers and turn the television all the way up. Well, I can't speak for the viewers, but the crowd went wild. Bruce then stood on a grand piano and demanded to know if there was anyone alive out there. All this came before he even sang one single note. When he finally did though, the all-American icon smashed it, with many agreeing that the moment his crotch slammed into a TV camera might be remembered for a long time to come. Now I would try and recreate what happened for you, but the camera's a little too high, so we're going to move on to our next one. And if you were wondering where the king of pop has been on this list so far, well, fear not, because our number 2 is Michael Jackson in 1993. Some people say this was the year that the NFL set the bar for halftime performances very high indeed. It started off with Michael Jackson popping up onto the stage and just standing there. For over a minute and a half, he just stood there as the crowd roared, but they screamed even louder as he took them through a medley of hits including Black and White and the timeless Billie Jean. It ended with the song Heal the World and 3,500 kids surrounding a huge globe to promote world harmony. And that made that performance the biggest one in NFL history, until someone beats 3,501. But anyway guys, we looked at Beyonce, the Rolling Stones and Justin Timberlake, but now it's time for our number 1, and it's the 2007 halftime Super Bowl show with Prince. The electro king of the 80s stepped on stage, plugged in his guitar and blew everyone's minds. Starting off with an explosive rendition of We Will Rock You, Prince took the audience through a mix of his own hits and covers that stood up to the originals. It was rocky, it was funky, it was totally electric, and aside from some dancers that looked kind of like glowworms, he performed it pretty much solo. That seems to be why so many people loved the show. It really was just one man with one guitar and a fantastic blue and orange suit smashing his way into Super Bowl halftime history. And that, as they say guys, is that. Are you going to be watching the Super Bowl this year? Are you going to be checking out the halftime show? If you are, then let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know which one of these was your favourite. Personally, I hope this year's halftime show isn't better than any of these 10 that I've talked about, otherwise I might have to do a part 2. But until then guys, thanks for watching Most Amazing Top 10. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily videos. We're doing these every single day. In fact, 2 of them are floating over there right now if you want to give them a click. In the meantime, thanks for watching Most Amazing Top 10. My name's Danny Burke. You can follow me on Instagram somewhere down there, and I'll see you very soon.